Welcome back everyone. Today we are diving into the ultimate PvE build guide for the Kumawink SMG based on the bounce keyword. This weapon is well suited against hordes of enemies and gets even better as more enemies surround you. Since this is a non-elemental build, your base weapon damage depends on the star level of the weapon blueprint. Make sure to upgrade the star level before crafting the gun. So let's quickly break down what bounce actually is. When you hit the target, there is a rebound effect that can strike a random enemy within a 25-meter radius. This bounce hit deals 40% of your weapon damage and can crit, hit weak spots, and the damage decays with distance. Now, talking about Kumawink specifically, every time you hit an enemy, there is a 25% chance to trigger an area of effect bounce that can hit up to 3 enemies near your target. This makes it extremely powerful in situations where you are surrounded or dealing with clustered enemies, and becomes more effective when more enemies are close to your main target. Next, bounce always triggers a rebound on hit, dealing 100% of the bounce damage. But no further bounces occur after the rebound. That means, unlike the bounce primary sniper, which can bounce 4 times by default, this gun can bounce up to 2 times, but can hit more than 2 enemies at the same time. The 100% bounce damage means that after the rebound, the bounce deals the exact same damage as the first bounce. After every reload, bounce trigger count +1. That means an additional bullet will bounce from the same target, bringing the total to 2 bounce bullets. This bonus lasts for 6 seconds. To take full advantage of this, you will want your magazine size to be around 70. Which will depend on your choice of calibration and also on the number of mag size that you use on your mods. And lastly, the base bounce damage is 75% for this gun. Now for the secondary gun, choose between Bingo, Wildfire or Crossbow to mark the enemy for additional damage. Personally, I prefer Bingo over the 3 as you can easily mark the enemy on the first shot after switching to the weapon. And it's quite versatile too. When it comes to accessories, you can follow this setup that will enhance your stability and accuracy, or you can tweak it based on your playstyle. For ammunition, tungsten AP rounds are the way to go, or you can go with smart AP ammo to squeeze out even more DPS. Now for calibration, normally you should prefer heavy style with dual click rate, so that you don't have to worry about having the mag size attributes on your mods. In case if you have 4 magazine size attributes across your mods, energy style can be useful as it will give you an additional attack bonus of 10%. But if you have been extremely lucky and managed to roll 6 or more magazine size attributes, assault style becomes the best choice for highest DPS as it offers a 20% attack bonus and helps you cross 60 mag capacity even after 25% mag size reduction due to the calibration itself. Moving to gear sets, your key gear will be the sharp blade pants along with 4 pieces of lone bull paired with 1 piece renegade, or you can also go with Bastille if you can keep your HP above 70%. The sharp blade pants add 1 extra bounce trigger on top of the bonus you get during the 6-second window after reloading. So now a total of 3 bullets will bounce off a single target. For the second choice of gears, if you are comfortable playing at low HP, go with 3 pieces of treacherous and 2 pieces of lone wolf. This setup gives you the highest damage output, as you can see the difference through the comparison. If you're wondering whether you can use tattoo pants, yes, you definitely can. The advantage here is that you don't need to reload as often, since there is a 70% chance for the bullets to automatically refill due to the bounce trigger. However, this comes at the cost of reduced damage. To keep your DPS high, you can pair it with an assault style calibration to help compensate the damage loss. For mod suffix preferences, choose 5 violent mods and 2 bounce suffix mods for the regular crit build, and 3 violent, 2 lunar and 2 bounce suffix mods for the low HP build. When it comes to attribute preferences for the bounce suffix, aside from the fixed 6% bounce damage attribute, prioritize linked attributes like bounce crit damage, along with general attributes like damage against bosses and edits. Similarly, for violent suffix mods, look for weapon damage, magazine capacity, and grade 1 or elite damage. For lunar mods, which are essential for low HP build, try to get weapon damage, crit damage, and damage to grade 1s or elites. For the main weapon, go with bounce rampage with a bounce suffix to get up to 45% bounce damage, depending on the number of enemies near your target. Alternatively, if you're fighting against a single enemy, you can use super bullet for extra bounce crit rate and damage. Multi-bounce is not applicable here because, unlike the Brahmini sniper, this weapon can bounce only up to 2 times, resulting in a max of 15% damage bonus instead of 45%. For the secondary gun, go with vulnerability amplifier to apply 8% vulnerability to the target. For the helmet, equip momentum up with a violent or lunar suffix for added weapon damage. Alternatively, you can use Fateful Strike if the enemy doesn't have a weak spot. Now for the mask, go with Precision Bounce with a bounce suffix while facing large group of enemies. For tanky elites or bosses, use Targeted Strike or Most Wanted, especially if you can mark them with a bullseye weapon like the Bingo. To obtain keyword suffix mods like Bounce, you can complete high-risk events or more easily farm them in the Endless Dream scenario from various locations. For gloves, choose either Crit Boost with a violent suffix for a 15% crit rate, or Crit Amplifier if it has better attributes. For the shoes, choose Covered Advance with a violent suffix for plus 20% weapon damage, or use Rush Hour for the low HP build to gain even more weapon damage while staying at low HP. For the top, use any gold mod of your choice, though I prefer Quick Comeback with either violent or lunar suffix, since it lets you heal and reload at the same time when using an activator. Lastly, for the pants, use Deadshot for up to 45% crit damage. Alternatively, go with Critical Surge if it has better attributes. To get additional damage through animal hides, craft the mask using hides that boost weapon or quick spot damage. Typically, any wolf hide is a good choice. For food buffs, your best option is the mixed fried hot dog, which gives you at least 20% damage bonus after marking an enemy with your bullseye weapon. If you don't want to keep marking enemies, you can eat crumbly bread for a 25% weapon damage bonus. Keep in mind that these food buffs can be boosted further if you are using a buffed kitchen set and the Schifosaurus Rex variant. For drink buffs, your best option is the raspberry shaved ice, which increases the bullseye effect duration by 2 seconds. Now these are the overall stats of the build. Note that the DPS on dummy depends entirely on the damage to normal enemy attributes across all your mods. Alright guys, that's it for the build guide. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more awesome content. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.